So I'm leaving Sony a free specialist possessing half of Sony on the off chance that I simply sell 3 million duplicates. I got 30 million bucks now. Who has the greatest record, bargain gracious? I see definitely right, oh great. So Mariah sort of got screwed, ruler Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, big deal two-pack. If the showcasing on the off chance, that the advancement on the off chance that the recording isn't constrained by individuals of color, that needs to transform we own our own music, my expectation. And petitioning God is that in the wake of watching this video, you will get to comprehend the reason why things are how they are the most ideal requirement for us to reach out and wipe out this evilness. And furthermore, get an alternate point of view on Kanye West, since some of you are passing judgment on him indiscriminately without understanding the setting of his words and activities. It's the ideal opportunity for us to enhance and we really want to have gets that. Checks out with precisely the way that we sell music, so record marks fear saying oak. We will give up the circulation totally to you, all you know is need. Might arise to develop what these agreements are for me, as well as for all craftsmen. There's no need to focus on me getting my lord's back. It's about a opportunity, very much like disclosure isn't the main book in the holy book. Kanye isn't the principal individual either to express everything that I discuss on my channel. You don't comprehend it, which is the reason you continue calling him insane and permitting the grid to confound misuse and use you, as well as our family, in these malevolent ventures. Kanye has never professed to be the primary individual to see what's going on in the music business, or let me say Hollywood. All he's attempting to do is open our eyes and let us in on the evilness that legends like Michael Jackson, ruler Tupac, and numerous others discussed still exists, yet in a boring structure, so we don't see it. Furthermore, Kanye believes us should comprehend God's will to wrap things up. He's attempting to advise us that God has an arrangement, so we shouldn't leave his sight. We have seen top superstars brought down, some wind up dead, some go off the deep end, and others vanish for some time like Dave Chappelle. This has been occurring before our eyes, and we believe it's not unexpected, despite the fact that many individuals have emerged to talk about what's truly befalling our family. We actually take it all in them, step on landmines, and move removed. Of late, we have seen youthful rappers go to the grave at the speed of light. These youngsters continue to wind up dead, and the media continues to report what they believe we should hear in light of the fact that they know we are sufficiently silly to accept. Let me let you know this. All that has been occurring is a result of proprietorship. Kindly comprehend this. When these rappers wind up dead, not coincidental, someone made 100 million bucks and presently don't need to converse with that craftsman for an underday team, don't need to approve none of their agreements, currently just got to manage the mom, just got to see her one time each year, and it's finished. And the cashy goes up and up and up for each demise, for each individual named insane, and for each spirit disappearing. There are monsters behind it, helping a great many dollars. We should take a gander at Michael Jackson. Isn't it unusual that he kicked the bucket not long subsequent to getting 50 of Radiant? He, at the end of the day, obviously stated that Tony Mottola was a demon, that as well as Latoya affirmed that her sibling Michael was anxious about the possibility that they would attempt to kill him. Then Michael bites the dust from intense propofol inebriation. It was certainly something premeditated that they had wanted to do. And they intend to take my sibling out, and my sibling knew it, and that is the reason he told me over and over and over and over and over and over that this planned to happen to him. He clarified it for him. He made sense of this as a direct result of my inventory, which is my distributing, and they're after it, and they need it, and they need their hands on, and they need to remove it from me. My kid was only 50 when he was savagely detracted from this horrible planet Earth, while claiming half of Bright. Think about what the offers Mike alone were repurchased after he kicked the bucket. So insane. France is one more name that made a great many dollars for these beasts. Yet he needed to go on the grounds that he blabbered this sibling was bold, and he expressed his genuine thoughts unreservedly, and stunningly, he never thought often about what might befall him. He thought often more about what might occur in the event that he kept his mouth shut. The motivation behind why it turned out to be no joking matter in those days is since my third collection, I wasn't exactly taking enormous advances from the keep. Organizations, I was keep the collections myself in my own studio, so the manner in which I took a gander at it, I claimed the work since I paid for itself, and I accomplished practically everything I made it. So I felt like it ought to have a place with me that said the organizations felt in any case, and they would continuously hold this agreement up and say, well, you marked it. And I say, well, I comprehend that dislike I need to leave. I simply need to, discuss this thing and check whether we can't make it all the more fair. Obviously, they wouldn't change since. Supposing that they transformed, they wouldn't actually exist. And that is somewhat the circumstance we're in right today. There he realized he was the voice individuals required, so he let divine beings will win this sweet sibling needed, was awesome for his kin. I mean, we are the resource we make music. So it's fair that we ought to claim the bosses since this sibling didn't represent himself, he likewise utilized his tongue to help. Other people, they concluded, it was the ideal opportunity, so that him might see the producer, they said he kicked the bucket from a fentanyl glut. What a joke, to be sure. As I recently stated, we have lost numerous youthful rappers. As of late yet, do you have any idea about who isn't passing on? Watch this. Truly, this a lot of youthful dark male rappers continue biting the dust, who's not kicking the bucket. Record chief, you've been utilized for quite a while. You realize they make this worldview to cause you to accept that you're so significant in your VIP status is worth so much, yet in truth you're a pawn in their game. And you generally have been a large number of these youngsters come from broken homes. They don't have the foggiest idea how it feels to have the two guardians in a similar house. Some have never seen their folks' music turns into their folks, as well as their beginning and end. When they see a cutting edge, the most thing they care about is the setting of the agreements. These individuals come to them with enormous grins and act like they care for them. Youthful rappers get no opportunity to realize the frightfulness looking for them in the future. Thusly, they sign these agreements without grasping a thing. In the event that, say, tomorrow John had chance down, how might mother benefit? All the stuff that you have done, all the stuff that you have in the can, it'll come out, it'll sound. Someone will bring in cash off of your less than ideal demise. This is the situation for most craftsmen. When Kanye West discussions about these things, we should be focusing. A ton of others have attempted to do so, yet we disregarded them. Kanye once said, when you sign a music bargain, you transfer ownership of your privileges. Without the experts, you can do nothing with your music. Another person controls where and when it is played. Specialists don't have anything with the exception of pretend visiting and merchandise, which all thus increment the worth of your music, helping the